Turkey Gaming here. So, I wanted to talk about something I don't see a lot of other people mentioning in their videos. I've seen a few posts on the Gacha Gaming subreddit and some other places, but there seems to be I don't know, something in the atmosphere. There are a lot of games recently that have announced end of service. So I don't think we'll ever know like the real reason behind it or the full reasoning. But this is just something I wanted to talk about. So with some games, not all, I believe that during the pandemic they were rushed out. A lot of pre-registration completely skipped or not done properly. Launch events, launch rewards. I think a lot of games dropped the ball. And then there's some games that actually surprised me a little bit that they were closing. Not doing too bad revenue-wise. I was looking over some of the Sensor Tower stats, and there's a couple of these games that were making over a couple $100,000 at least last month. So I think one of the big issues here is you have the yearly financials that come out, at the end of the beginning of the year. It's the first year really after the pandemic, and then you have the first set of quarterly financials. I think between those two, it probably plays a huge part in why some of these games closed out. And it just doesn't make any sense why there's so many at one time. I mean, other than that, if somebody has an opinion or an idea, I'd love to hear it. This is something I'm genuinely interested in. So some of the games that have closed, a small list here. I'm probably missing a few. So Data Live announced end of service. Princess Connect, that one was one that actually surprised me. I probably played it for a month or two. It was a fun time sink for a short while, but it has a pretty big fan base, and it's the only game I've ever seen the community actually set up a petition to keep open. I thought that was pretty neat. I don't think it's going to do anything, but it just shows the level of dedication to some of the players. Revive Witch, I played it during their last beta for 3 days. It's a cute game, but at the end of the day, there's not really much to do. It's rather boring. Illusion Connect, end of service. That was I don't know. It was a semi-decent game, a little dated. Knights Chronicles. I'm surprised about this one. It's just been out for such a long time that I thought it would linger on. Exos Heroes. Not too bad of a game. They came out with PC client. It was pretty polished and smooth. Girl Gun Cafe, Gundam Breakers, Miss Train Girls, Sin Chronicle, Mahuka Reloaded Memory, Micha Sphere, Cross Duels. Yu-Gi-Oh! Announced, I believe, their end of service for September 3rd. So there's a lot more time than most games. We had some games last year that closed. Dragalia Lost was one that was pretty good. There was a few other, but there's 15 games that have announced end of service this year. Just the past month alone, a majority of them. So I'm not sure if it's the financials or if there's actually something going on. In the Gacha sphere or whatever you want to call it. I thought some of these companies might be working on bigger titles, and they wanted to develop a team around or whatever. But I guess at the end of the day, it's just another enigma that we're going to have to speculate about. But I would love to hear some opinions on why you think there's so many games closing. Excuse me. So I do believe it has to do with some of them being released during the pandemic, or not lasting and generating enough revenue. Like I said, there's a couple on here that generated a couple $100,000, and while it's not Kenshin or Summoner's War or some of the other big titles that are bringing in millions, You know, depending on the development team, it's, you know, a couple $100,000 is a respectable amount. You know, especially when it doesn't actually cost that much to keep the servers running. You know, but hey, you know, I'm hoping this trend stops. We got a couple big titles coming out. You know, Honkai Star Rail, Outer Plane, Black Clover Mobile. Hopefully at the end of you know, this year. You know, I'm just hoping that the Gacha world can, you know, rebound from, you know, such a you know, such a shitty time in our history. So you know, 2023 is definitely the year of the EOS, and you know, hopefully things get better. Again, please comment below and let me know what you think about this, and you know, maybe we can figure it out. You know, maybe aliens are coming. Who knows? All right, sorry to rant, but you know, peace out, guys.